Hello and welcome to the Adam Friedland Show Premium Podcast. Guys, just want to get this out there. Very few tickets left. I will be this weekend in Seattle, Washington. Those dates are the 27th, 28th at Laughs Comedy Club. Friday and Saturday, 4 shows, almost sold out. Get tickets if you haven't gotten tickets. Seattle, Washington, this weekend, 27th, 28th. And that's all I got. Also, folks, we do have merchandise out. The URL is theadamfriedland.show. If you want t-shirts, mugs, yarmulkes, all the proceeds will be going to peace. Is that right?
I guess.
Yeah. How you doing?
All right. Peace and peace. What a bullshit concept.
Yeah, dude. I've been saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fucking bullshit.
What does it mean? You got to pick a side.
What is it good for?
Yeah, you got to pick a side.
Yeah. I say, people say war, what is it good for? I say peace.
I mean, we should just replace peace with China.
It's true.
You know what I mean? All these people that are like, why can't we just have peace between Israel and Palestine? Obviously fucking not.
Yeah.
Obviously, no, we can't have that.
Yeah.
What we can have is China.
Yeah.
And now that's happening, I've been kind of like, kind of hands off with the whole thing. But now that China's starting to make a move, I'm ready. I'm here for my guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we've been tugging our earlobes, winking at the camera for years.
Mm-hmm.
Being like, you know who you are.
You know what is crazy? That fucking, I saw this, because I really didn't actually give a shit about any of this stuff until, I've been seeing that, have you seen this thing where, like, influencers on TikTok, like, the state of Israel is, like, just fucking offering people money?
How much?
Like, just, I don't know, like, they're, like, fucking offering money to TikTok influencers to be like, oh, Israel's good. Did you get an email?
No.
We got nothing.
We got nothing. I'm one of the most prominent Jews in
It's
the
fucking
media.
insane. The problem is you're too Jewish.
They want
No one believed these
they
fucking...
want like a girl with a big old ass.
These fucking anti-Semites took...
They are
look,
anti-Semites,
They took
actually.
one look
I
at
have
you
been
and
saying
said,
that.
oh, we're not giving this guy any money.
BB is the real anti-Semite.
Yeah.
How much money would they give him?
I don't know, but the fact that we didn't even get...
If we didn't get the email, I am out.
I'm saying the funniest possible thing that could happen right now is... Because they got to be panicking. They can't really compete with social media.
Israel.
Israel's, yeah.
They're getting cooked.
They're every single
They are getting
post
cooked every
is
day.
Did you see that bizarre cartoon they put out?
With the one with the wolf.
The wolves?
Yeah.
It's like, this looks like a commercial for toilet paper.
It's scary.
It's like,
Scary toilet paper.
It's scary toilet paper.
Yeah, yeah.
At one point, I'm like, okay, but how many plies?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm waiting to find out about plies.
I want to see the girl while she's in jail wiping her ass with the scary toilet paper.
Is it quilted? Is what I want to know.
Yes.
But yeah, they're just getting tossed left and right.
Yeah.
And they get, they're like, we got to pull out all the stops, and I think it's coming this week. A big, massive video. Mel Gibson saying we need to support Israel.
That would be so fire.
Stop. That would be the funniest.
That'd be the
possible
best.
thing. If we got Mel Gibson, it's like at his beach, just in Malibu.
Yeah.
There's just waves breaking behind
Just
him.
at 3 sheets to the wind.
He's in like a tank top, and you can see he has different tan lines from different fits of tank tops he's been wearing.
Yeah.
Tanning. He's just fucking completely hungover. He's one mimosa in.
Yeah, yeah.
For the day.
He's drinking away his morning.
And he's he's like, standing right now with the state of Israel is the most important thing. Just sweating bullets. They're our most trusted ally, and we have to stand with them. You can't tell if he's crying or just, or his eyeballs are sweating. We have to stand with him right now. I want that video.
Yeah. They need it too. I mean, Israel deserves a dub.
Well, different groups of celebrities now are signing competing letters. They're doing their letter signing thing.
Of what?
Like a letter from, we have Helen Mirren, John Voight, We have just like we've all gotten together to sign a letter saying Israel is good and Palestine is bad. And it was like, where do those letters go?
To us.
To people?
They go to the like Variety, Hollywood Reporter.
Yeah, I don't understand.
They go to the trades.
There's another one on the other side, the Mark Ruffalo guys.
And that's our boy.
Yeah.
The Hulk.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo, fucking
Bernie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody that got a deal from Viacom in the last 7 years.
What did Ruffalo say? He went hard.
Israel's bad.
Ooh.
But now they're all doing letter signing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who they got? They got Matt Damon on a letter?
I don't know.
You know, I go where he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. My boy.
Mm.
I just want to represent the interests of Boston.
It's time for us to speak up. It's time for everybody to speak up.
I love the statements. I love everyone making statements.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Everybody likes to think that they have an impact, and the only people that actually ever have an impact in things are like, you know, guys like fucking Donald Rumsfeld or Dick Cheney or Paul Wolfowitz.
Yeah.
Those are the guys, instead of tweeting about things, they said, no, I am going to make a difference. A bad difference, but I'm going to make a difference.
You think, how will history look at posting? Like through...
I don't think it will. There's just a massive amount of it.
Well, I just think that's like kind of, you know, everyone has to run their own like PR agency for themselves now.
Yeah. None of this shit is going to be remembered.
Nothing will be. But I think that this is how people are now spending, you know, any type of world event. They're like running their press room.
All this Twitter shit, it'll be like, people will be like, oh, well, how do you think people are going to remember these MySpace bulletins?
Yeah.
Eventually Twitter will just go away, and there won't be a record of it.
How is it still there?
I don't know.
How are they making any money?
I don't know.
Yeah. He's charging people for it? That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, dude. Well, we have to sign a letter, dude. Or we have to make our own letter and get, like, Tim Dillon, Matt and Shane.
Our letter
We got to get the podcasting community.
Our letter is going to say that Hezbollah is cool. Not that what they're doing is right or good.
It's like, okay.
My stance is that Hezbollah is cool.
Have you seen the video of Hezbollah on skis shooting metal Israelis?
Yeah.
Okay?
That's cool.
Yeah. Maybe Google that and check it out.
Yeah.
Signed, Adam Friedland, Nick Bolton.
Tim Dillon, Shane Gillis, Tommy Pope.
We are.
Sean McCarthy, Mike Racine, Scott Chaplin. We're going to add their names on their behalf.
Yeah, Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan has signed it.
Yeah.
Hezbollah, cool.
Joe Rogan.
Hezbollah's awesome, dude.
Dude,
they're just shooting at each other across the border now. They're having like a mini war.
The video where they're in all white doing James Bond, that Roger Moore one, where he's skiing and shooting.
Well, they're just shooting at each other across the border right now, which I guess is not war. I guess that's like they're called skirmishes.
Yeah, it's just fun.
Like if you're allowed to put troops up to the border and shoot at each other, and until someone crosses the border, it's not. Like
so I guess Israel's not at war with Hamas then.
Yeah, I guess. No, I don't really.
They're just doing skirmishes over entire apartment buildings.
No, every time
hospitals,
one of these
churches.
Every time one of these Hezbollah guy dies, they have like fucking these like cool prom pictures. They have like real estate agent. Like, professional.
Just the shirt unbuttoned to here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fucking the like bootcut jeans, black club shirt tucked in. Yeah. I love those guys.
Yeah, what's gonna happen? I guess the White House doxed those Delta Force guys. You see that?
Yeah, Biden personally, because
Mm-hmm.
Biden do be running his Instagram account personal. Yeah. What an idiot!
I said the White House. I didn't say Biden.
I know.
The White House.
But people were like Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Just doxed Delta Force.
Yeah.
And like I was on board with him, but
what do you think they're doing over there? Probably some like secret mission to try and rescue the hostages, and then they all just get killed.
Yeah, tripping over something,
right,
falling.
They go in. They're using night vision at 3:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah. Blinding themselves.
Right.
Yeah. dropping
fast.
guns down like tall sets of stairs that are like shooting in every direction, like the
Yeah.
movie True Lies.
Yeah, fast roping out of a golf cart.
Why are they always crash?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we don't hear about the times they don't crash,
But you would hear about it.
right? We
All of
only hear about the times when they're crashing.
All of like the big like heroic stories about like any modern warfare somehow like because I don't know if it was the State Department or who did it, but after like we bled the stone of World War II as far as like media is concerned.
Yeah.
Said, oh, the American that was the only good war.
Uh-huh.
It was the only moral war we ever engaged in. So we had all these movies about World War II heroes, and then there was kind of a resurgence of that in the 90s. But then that ran dry too, because they made Saving Private Ryan and then Band of Brothers, and you can't make they already made the best World War II media.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we needed something different. And yeah, I guess like Black Hawk Down sort of tried to accomplish that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a story of like just
crashing.
a fucking disaster. Yeah.
It gets so stressful, man. All those
Black
guys.
Hawk Down. Yeah, what are the other ones? What are some of the other disasters? Zero Dark 30.
Yes.
That lady dies. They blow her up. It took 10 years to find Bin Laden, and he was in a goddamn mansion. And then they crashed the helicopter into the mansion.
They crashed the helicopter.
Yeah.
They always crash.
And then they didn't even like take him alive. It's not like we got anything. What intel did we collect? Pornography?
I'll put it this way, right?
We got a bunch
all the
of
stuff he
bang
beats
bus
off to,
videos.
yeah.
Right. And we lost a helicopter, and then they didn't even take him. They didn't even capture him. They shot him and dumped his body in the fucking ocean.
Okay, there's a company where you could get a helicopter from from the East River to the Hamptons, right, for $500.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, they've never crashed.
It's actually not true. Helicopters are really not safe. No, that was the thing. Like Blade, that's the other thing too. That like the tech industry likes to pretend like they're inventing all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And they're not. They're taking bad ideas that we gave up on and like trying to breathe new life into them. And that was the story of the .com burst and like the modern, e-commerce landscape.
I'm just saying.
But with Blade in the 1970s, we had fast travel from Manhattan to JFK for like business.
With helicopters?
With helicopters. They would fly off.
They're bringing it back, apparently.
They would fly off I think the Pan Am building.
Really?
Yeah, there was the MetLife building now.
Yeah.
The one over
I love that
by
building.
Grand Central.
Yeah.
And they had to get rid of it because they kept fucking. There was a couple of instances where they crashed.
Really?
Yeah, fucking like tipped over and like fell off the fucking.
Okay, a couple of instances.
Yeah.
But as far as I know, the fucking Delta Ops, fucking
Night Stalkers,
Army guys, crash 100% of the time.
They crash 100% of the time.
Yes, these guys that take businessmen to the airport crash what? 1% of the time?
And then half of them are fucking trans now, too.
That's true. There's just that one guy. Or lady.
No, there's a helicopter pilot. The one that threatened Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
That's one of the best videos.
Her daughter is
Sweetie, you call me sir one more time, and I'm gonna
you're gonna go to
neck.
the hospital, yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah.
uh-oh. Wow, you're a threat. So you're threatening me. Wow.
Her daughter is an anchor on MSNBC.
Oh.
Katie Tur.
I thought you were going to say her daughter's an anchor on a tugboat.
Come on, man.
I don't know. I don't even know what that means.
That's
That's kind of thing Foghorn Leghorn would say.
Yeah. I thought she was an anchor on a tugboat.
Yeah, I thought maybe an anchor on a tugboat.
Do tugboats have anchors?
Yeah.
Don't they just
no,
pull
what are
their
those
boats?
Delta? When do you think we're going to find out those Delta Force guys are all dead?
They died the second they dipped a toe into Gaza.
They went into Gaza. They got shot by an 11-year-old.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah. Like
just covered in Game Boys duct taped to their bodies.
well, you were talking
like scopes.
You were
and
talking
lasers.
about a fucking
Looks like
when
a
you went
fucking disco
paintballing
ball.
with your friends.
Oh yeah, no, I got brought. I never did paintball, but yeah, when I was like,
For like a birthday party or something.
yeah, it was something like that. I was like maybe 11 or 12. It was like actually like my mom's boss's kids, and like She would do this thing where she would have like a boss and be like, "Well, you have to be friends with their kid."
As a suck up.
Yeah,
She'd pimp you out
basically
to the like, sociopathic kids.
Yeah, so we went to this like paintball thing. There was like Navy guys there. I don't know if they were Navy SEALs, but they were definitely adults who were in the military.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
who had army training.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And at the end,
military training. Yeah,
and everyone else was a child.
Yeah,
and you imagine how much better a child.
Yeah, we're about to get cooked.
Yeah. But, anyways.
And then.
I don't know. I mean.
Then you guys cooked them?
I hope one. Well, I didn't. I fucking.
But they had paint all over.
I didn't really do much anything. I kind of just sat down. I was just happy to be in the woods.
You just hid.
Well, I didn't really hide. There was nothing. It's like, oh, you got to run. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna casually walk. I doubt I'll be able to. I got hit in the nuts. I'm like, this sucks.
It sucks, dude.
Yeah.
It really hurts.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys popped them.
I didn't.
Your friends
saw them.
did.
They weren't my friends. I said afterwards, everybody comes back and these guys are covered in paint.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was 11-year-olds, ostensibly.
There was children there. There were some adults. It's kind of. I was a child. There were children there. They should have won.
They should have won. They should have had no paint.
Yeah. That's my evidence. That's my anecdotal evidence that
they suck. And 2 movies.
Yeah.
3 movies.
3 movies.
3 movies.
Half of them Chuck
and that
Norris
one time,
is in. Yeah.
Those guys
the
suck.
movies aren't good.
They suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah.
No, all the real war heroes. It was in World War II, and it was all like illiterate fucking like
farm boys from Virginia.
Those are the fucking the like either Irish, Italian, or like Jewish like street merchants.
Yeah.
Like guys that like don't know how to read and just play stickball all day long. Like they weigh at most 95 pounds soaking wet.
Those guys.
Just malnourished clubfoot. They're like, yeah, I killed 582 Nazis. Just fucking like arthritis. Arthritis at 21 years old.
I rewatched all of Band of Brothers this weekend. The scene where Winters like just discovers like 500 Nazis, and he's like looks like this, and then
having a siesta. Yeah,
they just fucking mow all of them.
Yeah,
but his face, whoo, yeah, unreal.
The guy's a really tiny mouth.
Damian Lewis.
Mm-hmm. Don't ever put yourself in a position where you can take anything away from these men. Yeah, his mouth's like a little asshole.
It's crazy, like, yeah, we were talking about this morning, but it's crazy just to make it through that. Like, a lot of it wasn't how good you are at fighting, guys. It was just like a bullet being 3 inches away. Yeah. It's so random, like when it's like just like that much chaos going on.
Mm-hmm.
You have to find cover, I guess, but that's pretty much the only thing you could do that's like actually works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's impossible like otherwise to whatever.
I would like to see a modern army.
Yeah.
With muskets, mind you, go up against just like the British circa 1710. Where the British are doing the line thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
Or any army prior to what? The First World War.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like even if you do all your tactics, I still think a line of British guys that don't care about dying, just shooting 500 bullets in a direction is better than like, okay, just like bulletin boards and fucking like doing flow charts.
Doing math?
yeah. Oh, we're going to go in. We're going to be tactical. We're going to get the hostages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just send in the redcoats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Send in 10 or like 100.
What's going on with these hostages? They got 2 of them back.
PB rejected one.
Yeah, they rejected 2 of them.
Why? Can you imagine being their family?
From what I read, it's because they didn't ask for anything in return. So then it's like, oh, well, then it makes Gaza, or it makes Hamas look humanitarian, and it's propaganda.
Can you imagine being those people's family?
No, but that's what I mean, too.
That's crazy.
I saw one interview with...
Because they're being too nice about it?
Yeah, I saw one interview with the father of, the woman and her daughter that were released. And it's an interview with him, and I forget where it was.
The Americans.
What's that?
The Americans.
Yeah, the Americans. And it's like the father, and they're like, tell us how you felt when you found out your daughter was going to be released. And he's like, yeah, it's, pretty good. It's just like fucking... And this anchor's like struggling to be like, man, so how, I'm sorry, I understand you're probably very emotional right now. And how did you find out? They're like, yeah, I guess, I saw on TV that there's maybe sausages and and then I said that they was going to be released, and then IDF called me and they say they're going to they let them go, The anchor's like, all right. It was like at the level. It was like almost at the E. Jean Carroll, Anderson Cooper level. Yeah, this guy's just fucking.
He's probably like.
I don't think he's in shock. I think he's just fucking. Yeah, he's like 80 years old.
Really?
Yeah. No, the
guy's just out to lunch.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Just fucking,
just been through hell though.
Yeah. No, I don't know what's going on.
I can't imagine.
I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell because it's hard to really parse what's real and what's fiction. Did you see that also, that they rejected hostage offers?
Like 2 of them, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that real?
Why? Can you imagine like the hostages?
There was that finance.
Can you imagine Hamas guys coming back and be like,
who's the finance?
They said no.
The finance guy the day after.
They said no. You got to stay, bro. I'm sorry.
Who's that finance guy the day after the right wing guy? The day after the Hamas attack was like, look, now we can't think about these hostages at all. We gotta. What was it? The exact quote was, "Now is the time to be cruel. We can't think about the captives."
Yeah, one of the Israeli ministers, right?
Well, I don't know. I mean, if Israel is anything like the United States, the more important thing to do is to, blow a bunch of shit up rather than save anybody.
No, I mean, historically, their policy has been you save everybody first.
Yeah, not the U.S.
Israel, like up until this war, literally, their policy was you got it. But maybe that's. I mean, if they're getting people back, that's like why they're justifying the bombings and stuff, because they were like, "This is what Hamas wanted, so we're gonna be brutal, and then we'll still get our boys."
I'm still thinking 6 months we're gonna be seeing.
Can you imagine though?
Hezbollah skiing through Tel Aviv.
It's just
they have a snow machine. Why do they have this? Is there snow in Israel?
Yeah, there's like the Golan Heights.
In my mind, it's a desert. I mean,
there's like mountains up there.
Yeah, but in my mind, it's like, okay, this seems like you're training for the wrong area of the world.
Yeah, well, that area, there's like there are mountains.
There's surfing. Yeah.
I think you could surf and ski the same day.
Yeah.
Although they don't have waves in the Mediterranean. Not really. They don't have many waves, but whatever. Yeah, it is like that video is really badass. That video, if I were BB and I watched that, the Hezbollah skiing.
Yeah, we're gonna need more toilet paper commercials to compete with this.
I would be like, no, ground invasion. It's off.
And then what's up with this like AI stuff that they're releasing? They're like, it's bizarre. The level of how bad Israel is doing on social media is insane.
Why are they getting cooked?
It's insane.
Well,
they invented propaganda, and like this is fucking. It's unreal how bad they're doing.
Yeah, they invented modern day marketing.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
and it's like they're just
Sigmund Freud's nephew, right?
I don't know what you're talking about, but I mean it's fucking. Yeah. It's crazy. Like that post from the guy saying, "Oh well, regular Palestinians are dying while Hamas's leadership is in Qatar, having nice dinners and vacationing," and then they're all like Chat GPT fucking like AI images with the extra fingers and stuff. Did you see that one?
No.
I mean, it could not be more clearly.
There was one where it was like people celebrating for the troops. They're on balconies, and like one girl's like, the railing of the balcony ends, and it just cuts through her. Like it's just like it's just
Yeah.
don't they proof it or something, or
I
they
don't
like look
think
at
they
it?
do. Yeah, no.
How is it so sloppy?
I
The
don't.
worst is like the guys in the IDF offices with like that do like Beyonce dances and stuff, and like just all the replies that are like, "Yo, you're about to get cooked."
Yeah.
My man's about to get
But
cooked.
that's not them posting. The IDF isn't posting.
Yeah, I know.
Somebody found that guy on TikTok.
Yeah.
The IDF has one
They
gay
just
kid
found the one gay
that's fucking
who's just like,
yeah, right. Who's still making videos for some reason? And
why is he still making?
they should kill him.
They should kill
They should fucking. The other guy in the barracks should kill that man.
This guy's not.
Yeah.
His dances are so funny. Though.
He's not even good at dancing.
He's not even good at dancing.
He's not even good at being gay.
The optics of like just like babies just like bleeding from the face of this one gay guy
Yeah.
rubbing his nipples on TikTok. It's just so bad for them.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to watch this guy dance. Dude, that guy is so funny.
Yeah, everybody's like, like really all they're doing is just kind of harping on this hospital thing.
Oh my God. The hospital thing is so bad, dude.
Which?
Well, that was honestly the only thing that they did well. Israeli soldiers dancing. Okay, I'm just doing a search on TikTok. Let's see, since the war started, how many IDF guys
But that's the thing is like,
posted videos of dancing.
but here's the point.
6 days ago.
All
yeah,
right,
these
hold
three
on,
girls.
shut up for a second.
Yeah.
The point is like all of these dancing videos are happening. I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't directed to do that. And it's like they're like, oh, we have to do. Remember like the TikTok, like the nurses during COVID,
Yeah.
like they're like slow on the uptake.
Well, the nurses were just in a hospital watching people die.
I know, but they're
These
like,
guys are like ostensibly preparing to fight in a
Yeah.
brutal, bloody war.
I know, but the thinking is like, oh, this will like humanize. You know,
Dude,
I think it'll
these-
be read that way instead of. Were you watching dancing videos?
Oh, they just remixed him. I like how he takes his purse off. I like how he takes his purse off right before he does it.
Yeah,
Dude, it's not good.
it's not good.
It's not good. But these
Why?
girls dancing are hot.
What's that?
The girl ones are hot.
Well, that's the other thing. They've done that for years. Is like they got one that's on OnlyFans.
Really?
Yeah,
She look good?
yeah. Look up IDF OnlyFans.
Really?
Yeah, but that's been their. That's back when they were effective. Like 10 years ago, they started doing that. They were like, we got to do like IDF thirst traps.
Yeah. That's way better. Oh my God. Israeli OnlyFans star Natalia Fadiv enlists in IDF to erase Hamas.
Mm-hmm.
She's fire.
She's not really. She's kind of busted, honestly.
I don't agree.
She's
She's kind of fake.
She's kind of mid, and yeah.
No, she looks good though.
She's kind of mid.
Yeah, I wouldn't fuck her, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I agree with you, dude. I wouldn't fuck her. Oh my God, look at this one. Anyway, so yeah, what were we saying before that? Kind of
I don't know. You started looking at your phone.
I'm sorry I pulled out my phone. Ginsburg, you could edit from when I started on my phone. And
What do
we
you
could
mean
just
edit?
go back. We could just go back.
We
No,
don't
no,
have time for that. We got
can just
editing. We got work to do.
well, it's just
today.
simple. Just cut
Oh fuck! I ate too much Auntie Anne's and now I'm like waterlogged. from
That's the
salt.
end. That's the end. Too much on the ends.
There's no end. There's nothing-
In.
Why do you want to edit?
Because it was boring for we go to. I don't want to edit.
What is this fucking shit Fox News is on now?
What do they say?
The Border Patrol issues warning that foreign terrorist fighters from Hamas and Hezbollah may be coming across the border. They're like turning it into a Mexico issue.
Wait, they're trying to start a new war, sounds like?
I don't know. They're just saying that.
No, they're probably trying to get us to go to the war. Why does Fox want that, though?
Huh?
Don't they have guys there that are also like MAGA?
There's very few people that are actually anti-war.
Really?
Yeah, certainly
Everyone
not in media or government. Certainly none of them exist. None of them. Yeah.
They love the war.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it would be such an unpopular war, I feel like. If we like went to war.
It wouldn't be unpopular if there is a terrorist attack in the United States
Yeah.
that they can blame on Hamas or Hezbollah. It would immediately change public opinion overnight.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. They'll be like, oh, we've got the same enemy now. We gotta go. It's not, all of even like I half the people, certainly liberals that are rightfully calling this a genocide, would stop in a fucking instant if we had like another 9/11 happen here.
Really?
They'd say, oh yeah, no, okay, it's necessary.
Yeah.
We repeat the same mistakes of 20 years ago.
There
But not even the
weren't-
mistake. I mean, it's like, well, I don't know. I mean, I guess
I mean, like prior to World War II, there were isolationists that like were like, we don't want to get involved until Pearl Harbor. You're right.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah. I would not want to get involved in that war.
What?
If I was Biden, I would not want to get involved.
Yeah, I don't think.
You'd lose that election.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The people in the government would definitely want to, though.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, another war? Are we too old? We are. 35 was the cutoff for draft
There certainly won't be a draft. I don't think the U.S. will have a draft again.
ever again.
No.
Yeah, we have enough poor people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the real draft.
Yeah, it's just being
Is taking
poor.
away people's options.
Yeah, yeah.
College doesn't work anymore.
No, yeah.
Yeah. In fact, it should be now they're going to make it so that the military doesn't pay for any of your shit either. It's not
Really?
just it'll just be a minimum wage job, and you got to pay for your own housing.
Wait, you have to buy the food and stuff?
Yeah, probably. They'll
No
send you a
way.
bill when you get out.
You have to buy their healthcare
Mhm.
plan?
You see that DeSantis was like, I'm going to go to Israel and I'm going to save all of these people.
He said that?
Yeah, and then he like flew, like chartered a couple of flights and then just dumped people in like Cyprus and then couldn't get home. Yeah.
Really?
He like fucked it up. His whole DeSantis airlift.
Dude, he sucks.
He does suck.
He sucks. I mean, I think regardless of what happens here, I think Trump's got in the bag heavy right now.
Oh yeah.
Against Biden too.
Yeah.
I think it's over.
Because he's the only politician that has feelings that reflect what regular Americans feel.
Yeah.
Which is that, like, yeah, this war's fucked up. It's probably Joe Biden's fault. I don't care to look into it, how it is, but we're going to call him Genocide Joe. On top of that, Hamas, I don't know anything about these guys, but Hezbollah, that's a pretty cool video.
They're on the skis.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know if you saw it. They're on skis.
And that's the other thing, too. The media has no strategy
Yeah.
in combating what Donald Trump says. They're still trying to do really?
Yeah.
It's like, yes, really. He obviously doesn't care. You're not going to, like, shame him. They're still trying to do that. Like, he called Hezbollah smart.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, he's crushing.
Yeah.
He's fucking...
Did you hear him in the ring?
He's
Everyone was like,
crushing.
oh.
He's crushing.
Yeah.
You're not going to fucking...
It sounded like an and one mixtape.
Yeah, why are you still trying to cancel Donald Trump for things he says?
Yeah, he says, yeah, that's who he is.
Yeah.
Have you guys not paid attention?
You're backing a genocide. What does it matter what he says?
Oh my God, yeah.
But I don't think he's gonna win.
I do.
He's irrelevant now.
Why?
Because he's transcended public office. He is now
going to
what
win.
he is now is better than a president could ever be. He is just an elite hater. Just an elite
He's
level
going to win.
fucking hater and shit talker.
In every single swing state, he's ahead.
He should be canonized.
And he is.
The
and
Catholic Church should recognize him as a saint.
He is ahead in the popular vote right now
Yeah.
against Biden.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to win.
I think he should be elected to the throne of God. I think we should rebuild the third temple.
I think he should sit next to St. Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just be a bitch to people.
Right, yeah. St. Peter looking kind of fat. Those tits look bigger than I remember them. I said, what happened to this guy? He looks like he's 600-700 pounds now. Do whatever you want. Maybe skip dessert.
Oh my god. Dude, we gotta go see Killers of the Flower Moon, man.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that it was out in New York yet.
Yeah, I didn't.
They're reopening that whole Marvel versus Martin Scorsese debate right now. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
These kids, they're getting really mad.
I guess Black Lives Matter is standing behind Donald Trump.
Are they?
Mark Fisher, a founder of a chapter of Black Lives Matter, is putting his support behind Donald Trump and the January 6th prisoners.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What do you say?
This is what the government does to those who express independent thought and who stand up for what they believe, Fisher said of the prisoners. He has held a candlelight vigils for them in an attempt to raise awareness. He says BLM peaceful protests have become a victim just like Donald Trump. He said Antifa and anarchists show up and cause chaos. That's not me misspeaking. It says Antifa. I'm like very self-conscious about reading and speaking correctly because I feel like I'm having some kind of neurological
we've
problem.
been well,
You've
you're
been
probably
doing
right.
it
It's
too.
probably just getting COVID 15th time.
Yeah. Fuck this shit, dude. Fucking Dr. Fauci. We should make him go fight Hamas.
What is he doing? He retired.
He's doing
didn't
fucking nothing, dude. I'd love to put him in a Gaza hospital.
he? Get him the fuck out there.
We got a new job for you, Fauci. You're gonna research COVID
In the
this-
Gaza hospital.
Yeah, the hospital of tunnels.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wonder how much longer this war goes.
This one?
Yeah, I think it might end soon.
Well, if they invade, it looks like they're not going to.
They're
There's
not
not going to
going
be a
to.
ground invasion.
Yeah, I don't think they are. Yeah.
And then Joe Biden will take credit for it.
Yeah,
And
that'll be fire.
Meanwhile, it was China that did it.
I know, with their boats.
Yeah. Russia's got to instigate on behalf of China. Russia's got to instigate and make this escalate until China gets there. And then China can step in and say, yeah, no fighting. And then everyone's like, yes, China, Master China.
Thank you, Master.
Thank you, Master Splinter. China sends Master Splinter to resolve Israel Palestine.
This in a giant
There's just a
karate
big
rat.
red karate rat fucking on the border. No more doing this.
All right, we give up. Thank you, Master Splinter. Oh my god.
I actually had a meeting this week with Master Splinter himself.
Dude, they would.
I remember him back when his name was Chuck E. Cheese.
How the hell would Israel buy influence the Chinese Communist Party?
They used to call him. They call him Chuck E. Cheese. Next question.
Have you been watching his speeches since he was in Israel?
Yes.
Like outside of him being depressed, or being old, I think he's also depressed.
Yeah.
I think he's having emotional issues right now.
Yeah.
He seems bummed.
Well, he's the worst president in the history of the United States.
I think he's the best.
I would be. I mean, he's actually not that bad.
What's he done? I think he's probably the best in our lifetime.
That's probably accurate.
I think he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in terms of a head of state, Obama was probably the best, but
Oh, I mean, he was cool,
yeah.
but he the shit he did was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's mostly he just continued on a trajectory of bad shit.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, he did really nothing about 08, about the financial collapse. Just bailed everyone out. Yeah. He and then he just droned everyone. And he pretty much invented ICE and the Homeland Security apparatus exploded under him. He's a kind of a cocksucker. What's he saying about Israel?
Who, Obama?
He's not saying shit about his shit.
Yeah. He's just having gay sex in a limousine.
Dude, it's so funny. He just went back to gay sex immediately. He just went back. He just went back to fucking.
Border Patrol offers official warning. The fuck does the Border Patrol know? Did I ever tell you one time I was driving through the desert.
Yeah.
And I was at a McDonald's and there was a border patrol agent wearing a fucking kilt.
He's like a Highlander.
He had the rest of his outfit on, but then he was wearing a fucking kilt.
Maybe there was a.
And it's like, can you imagine that? You like you get across the border, and then you're like forcibly ejected because it's like, oh, we don't want any more of your culture poisoning this place. And on display,
Scottish culture
is the gayest aspect of fucking Western culture possible.
The dresses.
It wasn't even a Scottish guy; it was some Mexican guy just like wearing a dress. Yeah,
Maybe it was a funeral, and he was the bagpipe guy.
a funeral in McDonald's.
Yeah, McDonald's funeral. Maybe like a border agent had died and he had to play Amazing Grace.
Yeah.
In his mariachi version.
Mm.
What percentage of the Southern Border Patrol are Hispanic?
I think like 97%.
There a lot of them are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like self-hating.
I don't know if they're self-hating necessarily.
They're like, well, they're trying to be like, I got in, but you can't come in.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah.
I don't think the answer is as simple as, or at least on like a you can't just be like, oh, it's just racism. Maybe racism dictates our policies, but in terms of like what people actually feel on the border.
Well, I think that's that they're doing their job.
Yeah, so you're calling them Uncle Toms, and it's
yeah, Uncle Tom.
Yeah.
Well, it's
I
just
think
like
that's racist in and of itself to assume that it's a question of loyalty to either their race or. It's not that they're like trying to be. They're not like, oh, I'm a self-hating Mexican person.
they're just not proud to be Chicano.
In fact, you could say that the people trying to leave Mexico are self-hating Mexicans. If you love being Mexican so much, why don't you keep being Mexican? You ever think about it that way, Mr. Racist Adam?
I was just trying to say,
Mr. Anti-Mexican? You're an anti...
I love Mexico.
You're an anti...
No, I love Mexico.
Semiso. Anti-Semiso.
Anti-Semiso?
You
know, you're anti-Semichacha.
That is anti-Semitic.
You're no, dude.
What did they say?
No, dude. You're happy about what's happening.
You are being anti-Semitic.
Semicaca.
What is it in Spanish? How do they say?
Anti-Semitism?
Yeah. What is it? Anti-Semitic. I bet it sounds mad funny. What is it? Anti-Semitism.
It's probably within just an
anti-Semitismo.
Yeah, Semitismo.
Semitismo.
Anti-Semitismo.
Yeah, it is anti-Semitismo. Damn, I was hoping it was more kind of
I bodied that. Crushed that one once again.
Prejudicio y odia hacia los judíos.
Judeos, yeah.
En amplios sentidos, basada en una combinación de prejuicios de tipo religiosa, racial, cultural y étnico.
Cultural.
Yeah.
Cultura.
Anti-judaismo.
What's so funny about that?
They're just funny words. It's a fun language.
It's the best, dude. Mm-hmm. They're the best, man. They love the Smiths.
Mm-hmm.
They're good guys. They're sweet. They're really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Except for them damn Uncle Toms down the border. The rest of them, great in my book. Including the ones with the face tattoos. The sin nombre types.
Mm-hmm.
For
I
those
told
guys
you about that guy I saw in Texas. Yeah.
What's that?
Scary clown tattooed on the back of his head.
Why are they into that stuff?
I don't know.
Circus stuff? Jester?
It's awesome, though.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
Why do they
fucking Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
I think
And they
cool.
love dropping a truck. They love getting a fucking a Silverado, a beat-ass Silverado. Dropping that shit.
Yeah.
And then putting speakers. Putting a shit ton of speakers.
Yes. Yeah, Mazda lowrider.
What Mazda?
Yeah, Mazda truck.
Do they still make those? No, those were like in the 90s, right?
Yeah. Like these.
What kind of wheels are those? Are those from like an Acura or something?
What I like is the CRV culture in the Bronx. You guys that
They like trick out CRVs.
yeah.
They love those
Like a
LED
stance-out
strips.
CRV.
Yeah. They love those LED strips that they like put underneath the cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Los Antisísimo. Los Antisísimo. Sí, es Los Antisísimo. Sí, Antonio Banderas. Es el antisemitismo.
La guerra en Israel. Israel. Yeah, it's. I told you I saw that video of that Dominican guy that was there. Or I showed it to you.
Yeah.
It was like, mommy, this is, oh,
Mommy.
mommy. With there's a guy in fucking what you call it in Israel, a Dominican guy with like the sirens going off in the background, just shouting, "Mommy, mommy."
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. All right, what else? Let's get one big one before we go. How long will be Ginsburg?
50 minutes.
50.
Not even 46.
46?
Yeah. What do you mean? Let's get a big one.
Well, we're gonna get one big one.
What does that mean?
I don't know, dude. I just read about this war. That's all. That's it. Okay, trending. Living single.
I love the way this Netanyahu says if Hezbollah launches a war against Israel and invades, it will make the mistake of its life. All of these like heads of state just like threatening each other like 4-year-olds. Like it always has a tonality of like you're disrespecting a future U.S. Army Ranger.
Yeah, that kid.
So it's all just it all sounds like that child. I think that this shit Iran says.
Yeah.
Just like
What do they say?
The Ayatollah fucking like there will be hell rain. There will be so much fire, and then it will be made of fire. The whole place.
It will be like a baby.
Yeah, it will be like a baby. I step on it,
and the floor is like lava.
Yeah, right.
And everything is fire.
Yeah,
That's so embarrassing.
Yeah, these are all loser countries, dude. I can't wait until China goes down there.
What are they gonna do though?
What, China?
Yeah, just silently watch them from a boat. Yeah. What if they do like WWE style, like last second? You think China's going over? Oh, that's the China's music. Mm-hmm. China shows up, and then last second, they like people's elbow pound.
It'd be crazy if the Chinese just went in, like they land the boat right on the shores of Gaza.
Yeah.
The ramp comes down, and a bunch of completely naked Chinese men just walk into Gaza, and then Hamas is like, "What the fuck?
This is weird."
And then the Chinese people just take the hostages and walk out, and then Hamas is like, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah.
And then China's like, "Yeah, here you go, here are hostages," and they just deliver them to Israel, and then the conflict's over. Yeah. And then everyone has to be like, "Well, yeah, but China's still not good," and it's like, "Well, it seems like they figured out a way to solve this."
Yeah, naked men.
They just send a bunch of naked men in to confuse everyone and in a very Chinese way resolve the conflict.
They just lower their weapons. They're like, "Are you seeing this?"
In a way that only China could do.
Look at these Chinese guys.
What are these? Those are the smallest dicks I've ever seen in my life. Because you've seen them. You've been at the gym. You know how those guys, just complete confidence.
Yeah.
More confidence than anybody. I saw a guy standing in the middle of 2 rows of shower stalls. He's standing in the middle, digging into his ass with one of the towels, and just like, just literally, just looking like pissed off, and working his asshole with the towel. And I'm like, this is the master race. I don't know, like, just nobody acts like this.
Them boys angry. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Imagine that guy just marching in,
just being pissed and confident,
coming off that boat with the free gym flip flops on.
Honestly, because like if you're a big dick guy with confidence, what does that amount to?
Who cares?
You're a fucking golden retriever.
Well, who cares?
You're just slobbering.
Nothing.
You're nothing really. Mm-hmm. You're really nothing.
Yeah.
If you're a big, huge dick guy with confidence.
Nothing.
Yeah. oh, you're just dumb.
Yeah.
You fucking like
A Chinese guy that knows he's part of a hive mind and he doesn't care at all.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
A guy who's got a tiny dick who looks down on you.
Mm-hmm. He's thinking about like
That really
He's
beats.
thinking about a 20-sided die constantly.
Yeah.
Just something with like he's just weird symbols in his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You aren't even existing in the same plane of consciousness as him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you think you're the size of your dick, which
Honestly, nothing would make me happier than if China finds some kind of diplomatic resolution. That first, the Mel Gibson video.
we gotta get
If
that.
we could get a Mel Gibson video out of this,
Yeah.
where he's just says we need to support Israel, and then China just like easy.
We need like a
China
couple more.
China just after 75 years of conflict.
Yeah.
And the Western world not being able to just fix anything, China just steps in and resolves not just Israel-Palestine, but the totality of like Middle Eastern conflict. Like they just fucking in one with just 15 nude men going. From
Not
town.
even that many.
Yeah.
They're not even wearing shoes.
They find the smallest dicks in China, and they just come in. And they go from town to town. They're like, yeah, stop fighting.
Just confusing everything.
And they stop and they go back to China.
Yeah.
And then fucking like, then the West scrambles. They say, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
They stopped it, but, they're still going to invade Taiwan. And then that night, an election, a ballot option in Taiwan, re-elect.
The 15 nude men.
Re-elect to rejoin the mainland China.
Yeah.
So we don't even want. I'm sorry, but we've decided to rejoin China.
Yeah.
And then the United States,
war.
The United States has to have a fake war for Taiwan's liberation, even though they voted.
And get cooked.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
By the 15 naked guys.
By the Arab world, bombs in defense of China.
Oh my god.
That would be a dream scenario for me.
That is a good scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we need a couple more embarrassments, just pure embarrassments of people we don't like saying just the most dog shit stuff in public.
Yeah.
And therefore, like, we'll know forever that there was a reason we didn't like them already.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say this. I text someone that's in, that's very pro-Israel, that's been sounding off. I ironically text them, said, how you dealing
That's
with all
weird
this?
that you texted him, because like I thought you've always hated him.
Yeah.
You've always like despised that guy.
I hate him.
So why do you have his number?
I was on the, because, well, okay, because I
do
was,
not have enough material to edit around it.
okay, I was on the phone with Brandon,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, you know what, I'm going to text him right now.
Yeah.
I think he gave it to me once. I'm gonna text him right now and say, how are you dealing with all this?
And what's crazy is you hate him because he's Jewish. It was him and that other guy. I remember we moved here, and you're like, I hate that. You're like, oh, that guy's such a. Like, why is that a reason to hate him?
Because you compare yourself against it's like you see like one of them on stage, one of these other Jews, and I look at them and I'm like, oh, my mom would love if I wore a shirt like that on stage. My mom used to buy me like Shabbos shirts, like just like little buttony,
I don't know what that means.
kind of little buttony kind of business casual shirts. She said maybe you could wear this in your stand-up. And then you see one of these Jews, these other Jews doing stand-up, and they're wearing one of the shirts, and then it makes you so pissed. You understand what I'm
So you
saying?
just don't like him because he's wearing a shirt?
Shut up.
I just don't get it. But anyway, I'm just shocked that you have his
All right.
Because it's not like you had a
people's
falling
numbers.
out with this guy. It was on site. You hated this guy.
I don't. Now you're making it bigger than it is.
All right.
I text someone that's a Zionist, ironically, to be like, how are you dealing with all this?
Uh-huh.
And then they were like, I'm completely broken and destroyed. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Thank you so much for asking. But like not being like, how are you dealing with this as a Jew? But just being like completely displaying like it is all about me.
Yeah.
This bloody conflict that's resulting in like babies dying is very hard for me over here in America, where I'm rich. And that's all we'll say about who that is. But it was a very satisfying response to the text.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the phone with Brandon, and I was like, oh, you know what? I want to text him right now. Be like, I hope you're okay, sweetie.
Mm-hmm.
It is really embarrassing and driving me nuts the way that American Jews are acting about this right now.
Mm-hmm. I've been texting Puerto Rican guys pretending I don't know where Palestine is.
Really? What do they say?
They're like, yeah, that's not the same. I thought it was the same country.
Yeah.
I thought it was Puerto Rico. I thought Israel was next to Puerto Rico.
Yeah. And what are they saying? What is Israel?
They're like, well, I don't know who this is, Papi. I'm like, yeah, I've been Googling Jesus de Guzman.
De Guzman.
Yeah,
Oh, you're hitting
Yeah,
up
white
guys
pages.
down over
Just
there
random.
in Old San Juan.
No, in the Bronx. Yeah.
In the Bronx. Yeah.
You know, white pages go to the Bronx. Just dialing phone numbers.
Yeah.
Poppy, I'm so sorry
Poppy, I'm sorry about this war.
about the bombing that's happened in Guzman.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking
Hey,
about.
what you say?
What you say? I don't know.
Yeah, you got the wrong number.
You got it wrong number. Stop calling me.
Mm-hmm.
Stop calling to me. Those guys are great.
Yeah.
I love when they get like mad guys on a little Vespa scooter. I was driving the other day, 3 guys on the scooter.
Have you seen the Chinese guys? They got a new type of
What do they got?
motorcycle now with like a little Chinese fire truck in the back.
Shut up.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's cool though.
In New York City? Like with a trailer, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
What is it for? For deliveries?
Let's go to Fox News comments.
What are they talking about right now?
I just want to see where the Fox News commenters stand on this. While I appreciate absolutely America's support of global freedom, there comes a time when the American checkbook must be held to account. For 75 years, you have bankrolled international freedoms, but such a terrible price your own wonderful nation is enduring. The Western world must step up, grow up, and share that financial burden. If Western nations refuse continually to not spend the 2% per annum in defense, why should America wear the incredible financial costs?
So they're saying what I think where the right is going. They don't want to spend money on this.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah, but I'll tell you though, if there is any, it wouldn't even have to be a significant terror attack.
Yeah.
You just feel like you could spray paint Hamas on an overpass and then fucking take a dump in the middle of the road. And people will be like, look what they fucking did. Now they're attacking us. Look, they took a dump.
Like just above one of those like 15 lane on each side highways in Houston.
Yeah.
They said they wrote Hamas on there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a black guy with a green headband, titty fucking Dolly Parton. They're like, that's it.
That's it.
We're going to war.
That's it. I'm volunteering.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to the fucking Middle East.
Yeah.
They have fucking taken it too far again. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I think the war might be over before the end of the week, which means we have to get the new episode out.
And what's going to happen?
Well, we just need the new episode to be out before that.
And what do you mean the war's going to be over by the end of the week? What do you think's going to happen?
Israel's going to catch an L. Biden's going to catch a dub.
I did. I stopped the war from happening.
Yeah.
I said we're going to send 15 naked Chinese guys.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
If they win it, then Biden just claims responsibility.
China's got bringing negotiators in. Well, we got our own Chinese guys. China's not the only country.
Imagine the 15 naked Chinese guys become like the doctor.
There's an old saying in Delaware: you don't have to be Chinese to fucking have Chinese.
It's true.
Guys.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Remember? I mean, the best option would be this, right? The 15 Chinese guys create global, like a new world order and peace, right? and they're like Dr. Manhattan, right? They save the world. But Trump is reelected, and he has to like meet with them, like, and have summits with the tiny dick Chinese guys at this point. And he is gonna absolutely fucking hate that shit. Like like him. What are you looking at now? You're reading Fox News comments.
Fox News comments. Yeah.
What are they saying?
I'm looking for some. Go ahead, continue.
No, that's it.
It sounded like you were mid thought.
I don't fucking know, dude. I'm exhausted.
And you're tired.
Yeah, I'm tired and I'm fucking like stuffed the fuck up. Can't fucking breathe.
Well, you don't blow your
I just got mouth. I keep blowing my nose. I just got mouth tape. Nick?
You mean you just tape your mouth at night?
Yeah. Have you seen that?
What's going on with Hunter Biden? I haven't even checked in, dude.
Well, you think this war is a smokescreen for Big Hunt?
I don't think it's a smokescreen, but I think he's definitely taking advantage of it.
What's he doing?
Guys like that always skate by. They don't win.
Yeah.
But like they barely skate by.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's like a cockroach or a rat.
The other thing
You wouldn't
is,
be like, oh, the cockroaches have won. It's like, no, they have to continue being cockroaches.
yeah.
They just didn't eat all of the poison.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, the other thing is like guys like that who are like addicts always try to find any excuse to to drink or like do drugs and alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
So like Hunter's clearly like, yeah, I mean, everything that's going on in Israel, I'm gonna smoke a little crack about it, you know? Smoke a little crack about it and end up in fucking a hotel room, about it.
Yes, sir.
What are they saying?
It's,
I hate podcasting right now.
why?
I'm like, because I don't know. It's just so sad, everything that's going on. We have to joke about it.
We're not joking. We're covering it.
Do we have, what do we have
You
on
can do
this?
whatever you want. You can say whatever you want.
No, it's not your fault. I don't want to say whatever
I didn't say it was my fault. I wasn't acting like it was my fault either. You want to be sincere and express how sad you feel? Go for it. You don't want to do that either. You just think the episode's bad, so you're pretending like, oh, I'm so deeply emotionally moved by this thing.
That's what I meant. I didn't mean this thing.
You heard that? It's actually, the episode's shitty, and people are gonna be mad at me for being shitty. So I'm gonna pretend like, oh well, I'm just so emotionally moved by this war in the Middle East, and that's why I can't do my fucking job. As if there's any difference between the tonality and effort put into this now than there was 2 weeks ago before any of this shit was fucking happening.
I'm moved.
That might work on them. It doesn't work on me.
I'm moved by this.
All right.
I am.
Oh boy.
Nick, I am moved by what's been going on.
See, you gotta just do stuff like that more often. You're the funniest person I've ever met in my entire life, but it's like trying to get lightning in a bottle.
Listen, it is.
Objectively, watching a woman get raped and then telling yourself.
Wait, how do you change history like this?
Yeah,
There's that, and then there's that. No, you've also
I'm wearing flip flops.
There was a lady fucking in the alleyway.
Yeah.
A guy and a lady were fucking in an
Your
alleyway.
own
And you
story.
changed the story. You changed that, and then you kind of did. Someone has been accused for years of having sex with a mentally challenged person who it was a story about someone completely
And then
different.
I didn't do that.
No, you've made jokes even to that effect that it was the falsely accused. I am saying, but you can't change those two facts: witnessing a rape and and sexually assaulting a mentally enfeebled person.
Now you're conflating two different things that have nothing to do with each other.
I'm just saying those two.
Look, we'll go back to it just because I don't, we're not going to name names, but there is a credible allegation that a comedian had
You were talking about a
sex.
guy in Baltimore.
Yes, that's the story I heard. I
Yes,
don't know about
yes,
it
yes,
firsthand,
yes.
but yes, there
Yes.
was a guy that
Yes.
had slept with a woman with Down syndrome who would come to shows at some fucking, was it like...
Correct.
I forget what it was Fishhead Cantina or something.
Uh-huh.
But there is this story about that. I never said the name publicly because it's such an egregious allegation that unless I knew 100%, it's like you can't just. Now, people assumed it was a different guy.
And it was funny to you.
I went as far as to say that it's not him. It's
when?
On the show. That is on
okay.
record.
All right,
That is on record. I said it's funny that people think that. It wasn't him, but it is funny that people think that.
It is funny.
He himself leaned into it.
And
on
he said
Twitter.
what? What did
He said, oh, apparently these people think that. It's like the mistake was thinking that I have a car. And I don't know
That's a good joke.
I don't know.
That was good.
I don't know if I warned him, but it's like, well, you did have a car at the time.
Yeah.
In the time frame, this is it might be a little, like if you're really trying to avoid the accusation.
Uh-huh.
But no, I made an effort to say that.
And then but this story about the flip-flops, it's funny.
It was your story that you told.
No, it's funny. It is funny. It is funny.
But now you're
if you're implying that someone was being assaulted,
See,
right?
You're trying to get us to talk about something else by bringing.
I was walking down an alleyway and I heard a woman moaning from sex, and then I was like, I hope it's not anything I have to intervene in because I'm wearing flip-flops right now. Like, and how can you be a hero in flip-flops, right? That's like the stupid thought that you have in your head first before you look over. And then I just saw some lady getting fucked on a car. And then you're like, so you witnessed rape, and you were concerned about your footwear, the flip-flops, right? And then you've ridden with this narrative from now what maybe amounts to 7 years that I ignored a fucking sexual assault happening right in front of me because of flip-flops, which is funny.
Yeah.
Right?
How would you say, let's put it this way. In this analogy, the horrible job you've done podcasting
Yes,
is
correct.
Is a woman being raped.
Okay, correct.
And the flip-flops, your bizarre concern for your flip-flops is the conflict.
It's not easy to be a hero in flip-flops, okay? Let's say you see an old woman having her purse being stolen from her by some random criminal on the street.
Yeah.
And you're wearing flip-flops, you have to chase after that guy and fucking in flip-flops is very difficult.
For you to even attempt.
I haven't worn flip-flops since.
You to even attempt. Oh, it's so sad. What's going on? As an excuse for.
But it's just dominates everything. It's everything everyone's talking about.
I mean, but that
I wasn't. Yes, the episode is subpar, and subpar amongst the sample size that is uniquely subpar. But in fact, it is like fucking. It sucks. It sucks.
I'm in my mid-30s now. My brain doesn't work like it used to be. I'm just not quick. My brain, I don't have thoughts anymore.
I don't have any thoughts anymore.
I can't riff. I lost it, which is fine. If I was a professional athlete, I would be retired by now. I spent over a decade learning a skill, and then I got to put it on display for 4 or 5 years to a pretty minimal, insignificant audience.
Yeah.
And some people liked it, and now that's over. And if the economy was functioning correctly, I would have amassed enough money that I would never have to work again. In fact, I could just be the face of different types of charities for weird, diseases. Like if this had been the 1940s, I could have had 4 years. I've been like, look at me, I'm fucking retarded. That would be a Vegas act.
Yeah.
You get dressed up to go watch me like cross my eyes and be like, I'm Chinese.
It's crazy, and they'd be with a date.
The equivalent.
They'd be laughing
The equivalent
at you.
of $125 a ticket.
With a lady in a prom dress.
Yeah, and I would
going to see the funny retard.
Yeah, and after 3 years of me doing that in a tuxedo, I would own probably an oil field in the Southwest.
Yeah.
Have a mansion,
and then you'd be doing term life insurance ads.
Yeah. Be like, I'm old like you. I'd be Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah, you'd be like, buy war bonds.
Yeah, right.
The Koreans are messing up once again. That's why we need war bonds.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be a pretty good life, though.
But instead, I'm here with you while you sandbag yet another podcast.
No, don't.
And then say you're just so upset.
I am
it's
sick
just-
about that.
It's just so hard.
I am sick about that.
That's why I had to be on my phone and.
No, but you were on your phone too.
That's why I had to fucking be. That's why anytime you said anything, I had to go right, because I'm thinking about the war.
Sorry, dude.
No, it's whatever. It's fine. Keep doing that. I mean, it's funny. It's fucking funny. That's what I mean. It is funny. That's funnier than anything that's happened on the show.
I mean, this is a good moment.
It's just.
We got to a good moment finally.
You're just, the how selfish you are as a person is very.
No,
but it's not
you're
in
making.
I
I am
in a
sick.
malicious way. It's like it's just a very. It's like, well, maybe I'll just. Maybe, it's like, yeah, it's just fucking. It's like it's like a guy that would steal candy from a baby.
Well, the baby,
If nobody was
the
looking,
baby's not gonna remember.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
The baby's not gonna remember.
It's just fucking trying to just lob these over the fence without anybody knowing.
No, my opinion on this is steadfast. It's It's really like it's a really sad thing, and we have to talk about it, you know, and we're covering it.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
We could just as easily talk about something else.
No, I want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
I liked what you said about the 15 naked Chinese men. That was really funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that is like the best answer is that China somehow comes up with a diplomatic solution.
Well, they already did by sending the boats over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then yeah, that's just the end of the U.S.
We look so weak.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's their economy there? Is it bad? They keep
China?
saying it's bad there.
They just make cities.
Yeah, but the cities they can't fill them because
Yeah.
there's too many guys there.
Fuck it, I'll go live there.
Wait, in some just like fucking, basically, it's all Arlington apartments, but taller.
No, it's Chinatown. It's Flushing.
No, it's not.
It's Flushing.
No, it's all new shit that they built in like 10 minutes.
It's Flushing.
Flushing isn't like...
It's Arlington. Do they have a Rerah? Do they have a Kurt Shackelford?
Yeah.
The
have a
Chinese
draft
Kurt
house?
Shackelford?
They have a Chinese Kurt Shackelford.
Yeah.
He's booking mics.
Yeah, I got a stoplight.
He's got a what do you call it? A dress code policy that seems like he's really just targeting the dress of one group of
Right,
people.
yeah. Do not come in unless you're wearing sandals, a Raiden hat, a robe. Make sure you're wearing the socks with the... Yeah.
There was a booker in D.C. and his dress code was no athletic jerseys, sagging pants, exposed chains, do-rags.
He like banned black people from open mic.
Basically, it was like, it's just, he was telling them to pull up their damn
Do
pants.
not wear the colors black, red, and green. You're not, that combination of colors is not allowed. No wooden Africa pendants.
No daishikis, kente cloth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to have a bone through your nose.
You're not allowed to have a disc in your lip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I
All
guess
right.
so. That'll probably do it.
Okay, and I just want to clarify one thing. Nick was absolutely right to respond to me that way. But when it comes to an incident that happened 14 years now, I was wearing flip-flops. And I was worried that I would have to do something. But what I heard were the moans of ecstasy from that woman in that alleyway.
So you're saying Gaza likes it, that Gaza doesn't?
No, this is not an analogy, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
This is not an analogy for a woman that was getting her back absolutely blown out over the hood of a car. This was not an analogy, but I appreciate it. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everyone who's watching. I appreciate Adam Ginsberg. I appreciate this set. I appreciate the show. I appreciate the next episode that's coming out probably in a week. We'll say a week.
Yeah, I don't know why you do this every time. It comes out when it comes out.
That I will be working on.
It's going to be out soon. And then nothing happens. And it's like,
Because
okay.
it takes a long time.
Yeah, well, you set a deadline and then nothing happens for a week.
Of what?
I don't know, you're not editing the interview or...
What are you talking about? We just shot the.
I know that's work that has to be done, but the interview, where's that at?
Dude, we were. Oh my God! What do you mean? It's too long?
No, I didn't say it's too
You
long.
go ahead.
I didn't
You
say
go
it's too
ahead.
long.
Tell me how long it takes. It takes for fucking ever.
Right.
Especially this one. This one's really out of sequence. And this one, the vibe is off.
You were wearing sequins.
I was wearing sequins and flip flops and sandals.
Here's that Simpsons joke where groundskeeper Willie's explaining like Scottish culture. The kilt was more casual wearing, and on the battlefield they were wearing a full sequin ball gown. It's such a stupid joke, but
Yeah.
boy, does that make me laugh.
All right, we'll close on that one. Thanks a lot, guys.
Bye, everybody.
We'll be back on Wednesday. Thank you.